In the south of Europe, there is a land that has been a crossroads of civilizations throughout history. Andalusia, known today as Spain and Portugal, once hosted one of the world's most advanced civilizations. This civilization, which lasted from the 8th century to the 15th century, was not just a political dominance but a light that brought Europe from darkness to enlightenment in science, art, philosophy, medicine, mathematics, and architecture. However, this light gradually faded and turned into a faint memory in Europe's consciousness. In this documentary, we will explore the birth, rise, splendor, and painful end of Andalusia. When the Islamic armies crossed the Strait of Gibraltar under the command of Tariq ibn Ziyad in the year 711, the fate of Europe changed. The Muslims, who defeated the Visigoth kingdom, quickly captured a large part of the Iberian Peninsula. With this conquest, a new civilization called Al-Andalus was born. Andalusia was not just the result of a conquest movement. It was a unique geography where different religions, cultures, and languages coexisted. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side here for centuries. They nourished each other in the fields of knowledge and art. In the 9th and 10th centuries, Córdoba became one of the largest cities in the world. In this city, with a population of over 500,000, there were thousands of mosques, hundreds of baths, and illuminated streets. Yet, during the same period, Paris or London still appeared as small towns. The Córdoba library housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. Thanks to these works, the forgotten knowledge of ancient Greece and Rome came to light again. The concept of zero in mathematics, the science of algebra, star catalogues in astronomy, surgical methods in medicine, and pharmacology knowledge reached Europe through Andalusia. One of the most magnificent structures of Andalusia was the Great Mosque of Córdoba. With its giant columns, red and white arches, and unique architecture, it was not just a place of worship, but also a center of knowledge. The Alhambra Palace in Granada, on the other hand, still captivates those who see it as the pinnacle of aesthetics and engineering. Walls adorned with fine craftsmanship, water channels, gardens, and courtyards reveal the high level reached by Islamic art. One of the most remarkable features of Andalusia was the atmosphere of tolerance. Thanks to this culture of coexistence called convivencia, Muslim, Christian, and Jewish scholars could work in the same city and exchange ideas. Jewish philosophers like Moses Maimonides, Muslim thinkers like Ibn Rushd, Averroes, and Christian theologians like Thomas Aquinas influenced each other in this region. The foundations of the European Renaissance were laid with these interactions. However, this splendor did not last forever. Andalusia began to weaken due to internal throne struggles and divisions into small principalities. The Christian Reconquest movement, known as the Reconquista, gradually pushed the Muslims back. In the 13th century, Córdoba and Seville fell. Only the Emirate of Granada remained standing. Finally, with the fall of Granada in 1492, Islamic rule in Andalusia ended. But this was not just a political loss. After the fall of Granada, Muslims and Jews were forcibly converted to Christianity, exiled or killed. Hundreds of years-old works, books, and libraries belonging to Islamic civilization were destroyed. The source of knowledge that helped Europe emerge from the darkness of the Middle Ages was almost attempted to be eradicated. Despite this, the legacy of Andalusia was not completely lost. Today, universities in Europe reference the translation movements and Andalusian scholars that laid the foundations of modern science. The word algebra that we use in modern mathematics comes from Arabic. For centuries, the works of Ibn Sina and the Andalusian surgeon Al-Zahrawi have been taught in medical books. In astronomy, the works of Ibn Rushd and Al-Battani inspired Copernicus and Galileo. Andalusia leaves us a lesson. Civilizations do not grow only by gaining land. They rise with knowledge, tolerance, and production. However, internal conflicts, fragmentation, and the loss of tolerance can destroy even the strongest civilizations. This Islamic civilization that disappeared in Europe actually gives a very important message to today's world. Living together, seeing differences as richness, and investing in science are the greatest values that illuminate the future of humanity. Today, in Córdoba, Seville, and Granada, traces of this civilization still exist. In the magnificent walls of the Alhambra, in the stones of the old streets, and in a few manuscripts hidden in libraries, Andalusia continues to remind us of the greatness of a lost civilization as an unforgettable witness of history.